story Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I have only seen the Kenneth Branagh version of Frankenstein, which I absolutely loved because it was so beautiful with the way it told its story. Now I also know that Frankenstein is not the monster, but rather the creator itself. He is the man, not the monster. When this went on sale, I was quite excited to see what Shake and Stir will do, and I honestly cannot wait. I have high expectations because I trust Shake and Stir know what they're doing. I also know that going into this, it's going to be a lot different to actually seeing it via a big screen rather than a live stage adaptation. But honestly, look at that poster. It looks so good. I will tell you my thoughts after the show tonight. So what I found out tonight, just before the performance started, was that one of the artistic directors came forward and admitted this is the world premiere of Frankenstein. Oh my god, my eyes look so odd. But this was the world premiere of Frankenstein. It is a cast of 6 who had worked for just over 4.5 weeks on this stage play, and oh my god, it is absolutely beautiful, brilliantly done, and it's only a cast of 6, and they did tremendously well at being various characters, keeping the key points of the story. Though because it's such a small cast, trying to create this story that Mary Shelley created, you know, the groundwork of gothic horror and romance and everything else in between. There was times where it had to rely more on the visual effects of using screens rather than everything else that a stage actor would normally use when it came to stage plays. So there is nothing wrong with this story. I do have 2 complaints. Because I missed Shorty and because I sat front row, you cannot see the elements that the story uses. Such as when the actors are very down low, either laying on the floor or crawling, particularly during the creature's baby steps. It is very hard to see those because of how high the stage is. And the second issue is purely because of the amount of smoke that's being used. Again, it makes it hard to see the actors. But this story is so brilliantly done. The actor who plays the creature reminds me of Benedict Cumberbatch and John Lee Miller's stage version takes on the creature. There is so much emotion, so much beauty. I would have loved to see more of the creature's marks all over its body, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But he still did a wonderful job. The actor who plays Frankenstein poured his heart and soul into the dialogue, and you can see that just on his facial expressions. It stays as true as it possibly can within the aspects it has. It's only about an hour and a half long, which is surprising considering how the story is. The funny thing is though, the people around me who are sitting next to, either they've never seen Frankenstein, have not read the book, or did not know what they were getting into. Or if they did, they pretended because they were like, "Girl, you will not marry Frankenstein. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" They were all in shock and awe during the key moments. And because of how shocking Frankenstein is, it deals with suicide, it deals with madness, it deals with death. The people around me were like, "They put this what? They did that?" Because we see a hanging, we see fires. There is a lot of sparks, and now this is understandable on why the stage is so high, and it makes it hard for audience members to see because there is live fire multiple times throughout the storyline. Unfortunately, this story is only running for about, I think, a week and a half, probably just a tad shorter. So it does not have the proper appreciation that it deserves to get, and I hope that I get a chance to see Frankenstein again because it's beautifully done. Now, my thing that I have to know from the next time is that I sit further back or I sit up in the balcony so I can experience little details that I didn't see this time around. But honestly, the worldwide premiere for the very first night, the cast did an amazing job. They all need to give themselves a round of applause. Just over 4.5 weeks that they did this in. And as the artistic director said at the beginning of the stage play, the only thing that this cast was missing was an audience reaction. And honestly, they got it. They deserved it. I hope every other audience that sees this telling of Frankenstein loves it just as much as I do. I felt the emotions that I felt when I saw the 1994 movie. I felt the emotions that I felt when I watched the stage streaming versions of the UK stage play with Johnny Lee Miller and Benedict Cumberbatch as Frankenstein and Creature. It's absolutely beautiful. I cannot recommend this stage play highly enough. If you get the chance to see it, go see it. Like I said, I would love to go see it again, but it does have a short timeline, and I believe every night is sold out. But if Shake and Stir does bring them back, I would love to come back, and I would love to see it again. But honestly, it's so beautiful, so fucking done. Just tone down on the smoke effects, because like, if you're asthmatic, you're not gonna like it. But other than that, brilliantly done. Give yourselves a round of applause.